Now, honestly, not much happened the first 28 kilometres of this one. So this 5 minute or so highlight package will simply be a fast forwarded uh, version to the top of the radio tower. So we've taken off with a bit of momentum at speed, and basically the plan was to draft through these guys up ahead to make it hard for Honda to sit on the wheel. He was the main threat in this race. Uh, Plan was to go out solid, settle in, and then every couple of minutes he was still on my wheel, do a bit of a surge, and hopefully eventually break him. I know that to the first kind of dippers, up where the grade, the new climb, comes out on the side, it's probably around 13 minutes at this kind of pace, 6 watts a kilo. So I really wanted to put in a pretty solid 13 minutes if I had the good legs. And the early indicators were that I did. So it's always a vulnerable position going over the bridge with someone on your wheel. That's the most draftable part of the lower slopes. But I kind of just wanted to stick to the plan and try and drop Honda off the wheel, which worked on the second surge, which was good. Changed the view and was able to settle in from there. Felt really comfortable up through like 6, 7, 8 minutes. I was well over 400 watts, in control of the effort. But at that stage, you start to know you've got it in the bag, and there's not as much to fight for. So at that stage, I started to kind of bargain with myself a little bit, thinking, just do 10 minutes over 400. That's not a bad ride. Uh, and then I got to the 10 minutes, and because I still felt pretty fine, the next thing was, just get up to the top of the grade at a solid power. I didn't specifically target a power PB per se. I treated the climb as a race. So on the flatter parts, I took it easier. On the hillier parts, I kind of was over that 400 watt mark. And you'll see up through that castle section where I'm not doing as many watts, and then once it gets hilly again, kind of getting back into it. So not attacking that 20-minute PB per se, because there's plenty of opportunities to do that coming forward. But it's nice to know that we're in good shape. Heading up past the grade with the new scenery. The new rolling resistance changes are interesting. I was kind of thinking to myself here that this could be an epic com PB, but then with the rolling resistance changes, I missed it by a couple of seconds, which is frustrating because they're reverting those changes back in the next update. So that's probably an extra 20 seconds that would take off the time from this one. The other thing, heading down the bumps, you'll see that I kind of push into the hills, give myself a little recovery down the hills, and keep the power pretty solid overall. But after that 13-minute mark, it's kind of a little bit less average power due to the terrain. You'll see me go into the super tuck on that downhill where you got about 2 minutes until the top of the com. That 2 minutes to the top of the com still felt really strong, in control of the effort, and I just started to think from that time, just get a solid 20-minute on on the board. I had that data that was creeping up, that 20-minute as 20 crept up, and I knew we'd gone easy into the Epic Com, so I was thinking that was going to keep raising pretty quickly, and I wasn't really sure where it could kind of get to. My best ever 20 prior to this, I think, is 381. So I felt like I was going to do that. I'm a little heavier at the moment. I knew it wasn't going to be 400 because of the easing and the dips, but I kind of kept into it until that 20-minute mark, even with the little descents and stuff. So on the radio tower, I had a rough idea where 20 minutes would be. I relaxed a bit and then settled into something that was sustainable to the top, which actually turned out to be, a pretty similar amount of watts, even though at that stage I dipped off the power a bit and was a bit more in control. So I think we ended up doing about 385 for 23, 24 minutes. So a nice ride. From there, was able to craft the downhill, a few sprints over the bumps, and then was able to cruise into the jungle the last 4 or 5K, which was nice. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick one. Not much excitement to it, but I thought it was a cool one given it's something I've never done before power-wise. So it's good to share that one. Hopefully tomorrow on the Epic Twice, I can have good legs again. Thanks.